everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Halo Wars! Yeah, everyone remember that? Good times. Good times, those music back when the Halo series was good, eh? I think that's why these videos actually perform pretty decently. It's like, oh, I remember being a kid, and Master Chief was the coolest. Yeah. Anyway, so I've got a couple of videos here, or games I should say, to show you. This is my first one back in probably a year. I haven't played this game in ages. Although my YouTube uploads would be different. You might think I played it maybe a month or so ago. Also, every freaking Halo Wars video I upload is demonetized. So I'm blurring the chat. I don't care. It's getting blurred. You've lost your privileges. Because I can only think that's the reason why it gets demonetized. Because apparently the Halo Wars community is exactly the same as it was back in, God, when was this released? Like 2012 or something? God knows. Just as toxic as always. So, yeah, this is my first game back, and you can tell that I am super rusty. The fact that I went for a barracks second and am not making Marines says something. I also didn't even know who I was playing as. It turned out it was Cutter. I should have known that from the base. But again, it has been a long time. So I'm like, oh my god. I mean, I know I usually get like a Warthog out first and the rest of it, but I thought I would throw this in here because we do have a little funny exchange at one point, as well as we got some other games with some other similar outcomes. I think by the third one I get back in my stride. And the reason why I played this was because I've been playing other games. I played Empire of the Ants, that strategical one I quite like. However, the player base for that is very small. So I am probably like top 10 players in the world. And that's not a brag, that's just because there's nobody playing. But I love it. And I very rarely lose at it. However, Halo Wars, yeah, I'm very not so good. But I thought, look at this. I'm getting a reactor too. We're finally getting an elephant. I think my strategy here was the Marines, and I was wanting to do my usual, which is just put Marines in the middle. But of course, maybe I could have watched one of my previous videos just to get a feel for it, and I sort of get a bit worried there because I see Reds going for Warthogs. And if you've played this game or you've went up against high-level players, you know that on their team there should be someone going for a Warthog rush, Anders should be getting like super fast second base, going for Ghost Cannon, all of the sweaty, horrible play that you love. You love to see it. You just makes the game fun. You know, you just love to see it. So, here we go. I've finally got my elephant through, and I'm really, if I was to optimize this, I definitely would have went for... In fact, actually, we have a game where somebody does optimize it correctly. Although, saying that, they optimize it to a point, and then they just don't deviate from the plan. They're like, I'm Marines, and that's it. Even though we needed tanks or something. So, now I'm a bit worried. You see, we got Brute Chieftain coming in. We've had Warthogs running about, so I'm thinking, really the Brute Chieftain should have been quicker, and he should have also been attacking our Covey, just to get his pads down and stuff. Like, that's what the Coveys do, they take each other out. Whereas the UNSC sort of go for Warthogs and then switch maybe into tanks or something. But Warthogs really is all you need if you're doing high-level plays. So Blue, I probably blurred all this section. Blue is saying help. Help! Which I'm understandable. He's got a Brute Chieftain on his base, so I do. So I'll say, I'll get Marines. But then I noticed that his Brute Chieftain is really not doing anything, and it's just being foddered off. So this is brilliant. Yes, sorry, I meant to say the reason why I am playing this is because I was playing Empire of the Ants, and on a good day, on a weekend, you get 100 players playing. However, I was looking at Halo Wars, and I saw that the play numbers for Halo Wars are up. I was very surprised at 400 to 500 players. I thought to myself, whoa, that's awesome. Let's do Halo Wars again. And then it took me about half an hour to find a game. So obviously the Halo Wars players are people who like to play skirmish or play offline, that sort of thing. So that's the difference. I think with Empire of the Ants, it's mainly just people playing online. So what was supposed to have been like, oh yeah, I'll get a game in 2 seconds, actually wasn't. So this is me just checking out what they're doing, and I see a bunch of warthogs. And luckily they don't have grenadier. They're just gunners. They probably should be on grenadier by now. And they probably should also be on a second base, but I don't think he is. The fact that he's just got a second reactor now is very interesting. So what you're seeing here is a good introductory match for me. Because as you can see, I'm just wasting time like, oh, what do I do? I've got Marines, but I don't know what to do. So I see that he's going for Banshees. I mean, a good Covey should, either go for a rush, should go for Banshees, that sort of strategy. I mean, maybe Wraiths, if you feel a bit spicy. I see loads of flamethrowers, that's quite interesting. I'm like, okay, here we go. Pelican in Marines. We'll get that, I was going to say iPad down, helipad down. Ha-ha! Suck it! There you go. He didn't even see it coming. I've still yet to see people do the meta, which is the, to time it exactly right, where your Marine squads throw the grenades and you get the upgrade for RPG. Now that is some absolute meta. I'd love to see that. So I'm like, we could go for the reactor, and I probably should have been doing, but I know that these guys are probably going to die. And there we go. Now we got Warthogs coming in from Orange. So Orange is, I think, Cutter. No, sorry, Forge. But he's going for his Warthogs. Very interesting. So not a bad team, really. It's not MVP. It's not MLG Pro. But for me, this was perfect because I could have been absolutely destroyed here. And look, we even killed one, guys. We killed one. Yeah. And this guy's he was like, I'm being attacked by Brute Chieftain. I need all flamethrower. There we go. Unupgraded Banshees. And he's really going for it. I don't know why. The Anders should have just been going into all Warthogs. That's what I would have been doing if I was him. But hey. So I decide, what, I haven't done... I haven't done well. So I'll go for second base. We can keep on doing this terribly optimized Marine strategy. But on the back burner, I'm like, we'll also invest in a second base just in case things go terribly. Because they could very easily, seeing as we got Warthogs from one and another Warthogs from another. And there we go. We got Grenadier coming in now. And at this point, he probably should be on Gorse. I would have thought he should be max part Warthogs on Gorse, I would imagine. Again, this is coming from someone who hasn't played the game in about a year. So any MLG-ness that I did have has disappeared. But there we go. Blue looking very, very pressurized here. And look at that. He's lost a pad. He's lost his turrets. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just supply the pressure. I mean, I could Pelican those guys in over to him, but are we really gonna help? Grenades against that? I don't think so. And we've still got unupgraded Banshees. And he's determined to spec into Hornets and Hawks, red. And then he retreats. No reason really to retreat. He could have taken down his factory to stop him getting tanks. But no, he backs off completely. Very, very odd. But again, like I said, first match back. I ain't complaining. Local units. I'm like, okay, do I go for the Warthogs or do I go for the pad? I go for the pad! Yay! Take her down! And then I see a turret, I go, oh no. Uh-oh! SpaghettiOs! Supply pad complete. And I mean, really, at this point, I don't know what else to say. Look, you're seeing it. You're seeing it before your very eyes. I would love to know, like, the commentary of some pro players being like, I mean, what are you doing? What even is this? It's awful. But, I mean, finally it took him a while to get a turret on there, even though I've been up there, I think, twice now. And there we go. Look at this guy. Look how pro he is. He's not getting away. He's like, no. I'm going to stay out here. Low health, 1 star. Nah, we good. And then this is great. I see a Spartan. I'm like, yeah, cheeky gay. He's going to try and take one of my elephants. The cunning bugger. And then all my RPGs just decide to miss here. I don't know why. They're like, what? Megseed. But luckily we get, if you've got Marines in the, I don't know what you'd call those, the platforms, then and he freaking carbon bombs me as well. Orange is really trying to kill me. Fair enough. I mean, that was 600 resources wasted completely there. But you know, he just wanted to be Forge, and he wanted to have an elephant. That's what he wanted. Boom! There we go. So taking them all out. I'm pretty confident now. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty good. If I don't mind me saying, very good player. So I think I decide to go for Spartans now. Or at least I'm like, no. That was scary. Can't do that. Is he pelicaning some flamers or something? But look at Red. Look at the audacity of Red going for his expo on our side. Or at least it could be an expo. Really, we haven't put any pressure on him at all. So Red could have probably won this single-handedly, I think. He could have just ran back with Ghost Warthogs, taken out Blue, because that would not have been hard at all. And then it would have been 3 against 2, and they would have been in good stead to just kill us. At that point, we could have lost this. Looking back, definitely could have been a different outcome if Red just tweaked his strategy a little bit. I mean, look at Orange. Orange throwing up the heel. You love to see about that. You know, that's the thing. You get sick of all the sweaty matches, right? You want something different. I'll supply it to you. I'll give the people what they want. I'll give the mediocrity at its finest. An RPG that just to take that down, I think. Yep, there we go. Maybe a waste, but I don't care. I think I also gave them adrenaline as well, so they were a little bit quicker. And look at this. Look, I'm actually starting to micromanage the RPGs. Looking very good. Even the ones splashed at the back of the Warthogs there. Very, very good. And because I invested in an expo myself, I've just got a plethora of resources to just spam out. Oh, unupgraded Banshees, guys! Best be scared. Yep. I don't know if I'm MVP at this, but at this match, but I'm doing pretty good. Like, oh look, he brings in his Spartans on a pelican. It's the Master Chief. Or Master Cheeks, am I right, guys? Remember that series that got canned? Did it get canned actually? They did 2 seasons of the Halo series. I feel like it got canned. I want to say it got canned. Still haven't watched it. I will never watch it. And I'm like, you know what? Let's scare them off. Let's make them run away. Look at that. Can't believe the freaking Banshees going for my elephants. The audacity. How dare. Anyway, this was definitely a good warm-up match. Because if I was against freaking pro players, yeah, this would have ended horrendously. In fact, I think I did have another game where I did this and I lost it. I'm not too sure. Maybe it was this one. I think the guy was like, what are you doing? Why are you going for Marine? Look, okay, Marines are fun. I don't care what you say. Look at all the little men scurry around going, yeah, RPGs, hoorah, and all that jazz. It's fun. I mean, probably the Cobby's MVP here. He's got a 2-star flying prophet. He's pretty much owning the map at this point. He's got board control, as you'd say in Warhammer. But Blue, look at that! With some Wolverines. You know? Gotta have Wolverines against the unupgraded Banshees. Definitely. Gotta be worried about those things. I think at this point, he probably could have went for Canny and like Canister Shell and probably just ripped the Banshees apart, but hey. You gotta appreciate it. We're all learning. Look at him, he's flaring. He's like, no! The brute's gonna kill me, guys! And still... Oh, wait, no, there we go. I was going to say still no upgrades on the Warthog. But no, we're finally Gorse. But he has none, basically. Oh, yes. There you go. All I need to do is take out this reactor. And you can't make anything from that helipad. So. I always struggle which one's the best target. Because, of course, reactors have more health. And they're more expensive. But, you know, if you take down their production facility, then they can't make anything for a bit. So, I think if you've got the time and you're confident that you can take out the reactor, then go for it. And this is interesting. I'm like, oh my god, tanks! And I'm like, no, no, no. Oh, this is perfect. I can hijack him. I'm like, I'll use an Uno reverse card on yellow. You think you're going to take my elephant? No, no, no. And I'm determined to take that out. Like, oh, so close. I don't think I do. I think it survives barely. My elephant's gone. It's such a shame. But luckily, I made another elephant. Actually, no. Yes, I know what happens here. I remember. I think Cyan has a look at Red's base and goes, oh, I can quickly take that out. But look at that. Look at the Marines. Rinsing. And yeah, he's got to come over here. He's got to take that out because I think he starts to heal it. Possibly.
Fortress upgrade.
I just remember thinking, oh, he's healing. Damn, that was close. Hey, there we go. So hopefully he queued up some upgrades. Well, no, he wanted to queue up some Hornets, actually, or else he's not going to get them back again. And then I'm thinking, you know what? I've got enough pads. Why don't I just invest in a third reactor?
Units.
Why not? And then this is where the funnies happen. I'm like, oh, don't attack it. Don't attack it. We'll get a Spartan out, and I'll hijack it. That's what we'll do. I've already got a Spartan in one of my elephants. We're about to get another one. Come on, come on. But look at that. You see what I mean? Like, the profits, it's done. If you're on the other team, you should just resign at this point. Like, there's nothing. There may have been a chance before, but now it's pretty much done. Blue has finally found his stride. And then, look at this. These Spartans have a little conversation here. He's like, can I take your tank? It's like, yeah, sure. If I take your elephant, sure. It's like, wait, this is a fair trade. I'm about to blow up your elephant now. No take backsies. And then he's like, nah, you'll never take my tank alive. And he just resigns. Oh, I love it. Brilliant. Oh, dear. Well, there you go. There's the first game. I think, yeah, we just take on purple, so... Or pink, and we just kill him. So we'll get on to match number 2. And we're back into Halo. Although for you guys, it probably isn't Halo, like a break, is it? For me, it's been hours. I got distracted. Oh, look, I had to deal with life things, okay. So here we are. I think Prophet or Arbiter. I think it's Arby. Either way, you know, if you're MLG, you play them different ways. But this time, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna head down. We're gonna play properly. We're gonna play like, you know, we're all right. We're pretty decent. And you know, we get some nice chat there. I don't know if you can see it, but he's like, good luck, have fun. I'm like, you too. That's so nice. Nice to have some nice chat. So I go for Warehouse 1, and then Temple. Or Warehouse first, and then Temple. There probably is a reason. I mean, what you're seeing right now, 1 Covey and 2 UNSCs on either side is probably the most optimal play. It's either that or 2 Coveys, 1 UNSC. Depends if you're rushing and stuff like that. If you're rushing, then you want 2 Coveys.
Local units.
So my plan here is the classic, the tried, the tested. You know, it is Prophet as well, so the weaker of the Coveys, arguably. You know, Arbiters is... block that. Yes, is Exploding Grunts. And the Brute Chieftain has Brutes, which are amazing. So this guy, Blue, he's going for what I tried to do last time, but he's going to do it a lot better, which is put the elephant through the teleporter, sit there, spam out, Pelican drop, you know what to do. So I was actually looking at what he was doing, thinking to myself, oh, okay, let's see, that's what I should have done. He didn't go for barracks second. Okay. I mean, I remember when I made the last video, I was like, well, you don't need to go for barracks, right? Because your elephant counts as a barracks. And then I thought to myself, oh, I'm an idiot. So, yep, we're just going to take away the little prophet in the wheelchair before he gets shot up anymore. So I'm sending my ghost over there just to scrounge out some resources on their side of the map. Always the thing you want to do, go get their stuff, and then, you know, you can get yours, because yours is, you know, guaranteed almost. But it looks like they've been a little bit sneaky, and they've grabbed them. Not so good. And then I decide to go actually to their safe ones, because if they've got the same idea, then they won't have collected theirs either. So really, if we were playing seriously, I could have sent my Prophet through the teleporter, and I would probably have been getting elite honor guards, possibly, and have been harassing the Covey player at this point. You know, just trying to take down his pads. And I'm like, oh yeah, and then I try to do the glitch here where he can't ram me because I know that's what he's gonna do. Because if you click X loads, they can't ram you. But of course, it didn't happen. So yeah, I think you have to be close to them and then you have to do it. So Blue's flaring up on the map saying, look, Banshees. I'm like, oh, thanks, man. So normally I mean, what you want to do with Covy's great because they have such cheap units. Like Banshees and Wraiths can all be made in Tech 1, which is amazing. I mean, they're not very good, but you can make them. And you can upgrade them, actually. I think even... They're not... No, they're terrible. What am I saying? They're terrible if you decide to put unboosted Banshees in. I think Wraiths without shields can be good in some circumstances, but Banshees without boosts are, you know, why would you do that? Why would you do that? So I'm looking what he's doing, and I'm not too fussed. I think we faced him last time and he went for Spartans. It's probably the same player, actually, the same position. Aha! Yes, it is! So I see that, you know, he's doing the technique of, I'm going to get my Spartan stars on my Spartan. Never understood it, because they are so fragile. And if you get spotted and scouted like this, then I'm just going to wheel myself over there and go, die! With my beams. So there we go. I mean, we've got 4 boosted warehouses here. This is what happens if you let a Covey explode in economy. They're just going to go, or at least I do. I'll just go straight into boosted Banshees and go full pop and then wreak havoc. And of course, I decided this time, I deliberately wasn't going across there because I might be shot by that turret. Exactly there. And if I did get shot, while I was the smaller prophet, baby prophet, I think it's turnip says, baby prophet, babas, babinkies, then my shield would stay at its low shield when it upgrades. So, and then I'm like, nope, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna kill him, and then. So there was only one spawn over here, I think, and that's unfortunate. 300 resources gone down the drain. Though it did slightly affect me in my Banshee output, but you know, we're good. And he's doing his Pelican in. He's going for boosted Banshees as well. A good call. You know, with UNSCs, I think the Covey really doesn't need to worry too much about Wolverines because they're like a Tech 3 and it's a bit tricky, you know. By the time if Wolverines are out in the field, then and you're a Covey, you're kind of screwed at that point. You need to go into something else, like Hunters or anything, really. I mean, Banshees could still be good running around the map and stopping expansions, but if they've got frickin' dual launcher Wolverines, you're kind of screwed. So I decided to upgrade my beam, because you never know. I might need it. So his Covey's definitely grabbed all these resources. 100% sure. So now, yeah, like, I've got my upgrades. I could, I guess, save and go for repeating cannon, but I don't need to worry. At this point, like, I can teleport back if they attack me. I've got upgraded stuff. And then I see this, and I see he's just upgraded his reactor, so he's probably going to get canny. He's probably going for a quick canister shell down tech, possibly. If I was him, that's what I would do. Like, upgrade it there, delete your other reactor, and then you're good. You've got back your 500 resources. So this is where I'm faced with a situation like, do I go for the reactor? Or do I go for his factory? Here, I decide to go for the factory because he's queuing up canister shell. So I need to take that down. The reactor will definitely like stay up. But if I can take him down, he's stopped getting upgraded tanks. And that's probably the smartest play on my part there. I didn't even realize that. Rewatching this, I'm like, yeah, I stopped his canny when I was playing. I was just like, well, I want to leave here taking something with me. So I took that. But luckily, you know, fortune favors the brave. Fortune favors the stupid. So, yeah, I actually left some benches over here accidentally. So I'm going to take that bench away. Not that it can heal much, but hey-ho. And I want to lure them over here because these platform marines will shred these banshees. So I'm trying to lure his banshees down here. And then I can do my beam just to take these out. And this is a lot of resources, like, dying from Cyan there. What was that? Maybe 1,000? It was at least 6 banshees there. And he's decided not to get his vehicle depot again. He's went for a supply pad. So that's really, really interesting. Must be cutter.
Enemy
No,
engagement.
forge. Because he got a heavy supply pad. And there you go. There's his tanks. They're the ones that he was hoping to get canister shells
Local
straight
units.
away on. But unfortunately,
Enemy engagement.
he doesn't have an expo,
Local
so he's
units.
got no way of getting a of rebuilding his thing. He's got a turret with anti-air on his main base, so he's expecting my banshees. And there we go. He's just placed that
Enemy
down,
engagement.
and that's gonna suck for him. However, I didn't realize that,
What is required?
so he's gonna get that. I think. I should have stayed there. I didn't. Oh, I missed it. Idiot. I think I was focused at this point of just getting vampires.
I go.
But really, I should have stopped that expansion. Ah, damn, I saw it.
Local units.
But, you know, we're learning. We're learning it. This match right here is a good return to form. I'm glad I had my rusty match to begin with, but this one feels good. This one's like the classic. It's the margarita
I see.
of Halo Wars pizzas. This one, it's tried and tested, you know, swings, goes. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. My brain is fried. Look, okay, it's like midnight. I know, for a gamer, that's the best time. But luckily, luckily for them, unlucky for us, he put a shield on his base, which is very smart thinking, because now,
Stasis drain.
you know,
Research.
Blue can't really do his pelican drops very easily. And I thought I would just gather some resources to help fund my my vampire things that I'm gonna go into here. Because I was checking on Cyan, making sure he hadn't upgraded. And even if he does, we just need to cancel each other out. Vampires and against vampires. That's what needs to happen. I need to beat him in the vampire battle. And you know, vampires aren't useless against tanks, but they're not the best. And if I need to, I can always just go into banshees.
I'll go.
So that's what I'm doing. And I'm investing in an expo. And it really can't be understated how
Local
valuable
units.
expos are. Because, you know, it's 100 resources, but
Base
I
under
can,
attack.
you know, throwing 100 resources in there is pretty good. So here we go. I've actually seen this one for some reason. I didn't see the other one. So I'm hoping to just quickly kill that, but I don't think I do. And then green attacks me. I'm like, no! This is not good.
What is required?
I do my profit, and yeah, I'll happily take that. And red has his canister shell, which is going to be great here. So they're going to absolutely decimate him. And he recycles it, I think. But he decides to recycle. There you go. Boom! Carpet bomb coming in, and fortunately survives. And we got was it a heal from red? Just, oh, gorgeous, beautiful. So I think that was a copper bomb from yellow, because yellow said that he wasted too much on that.
Warehouse complete.
So we'll just let that build up. And this is what I'm doing now. I'm just trying to structure this so I get as many vampires as possible, while also getting more supply pads on my other base. And there we go. I've given back the resources for
All
the Healy.
units.
I don't think Blue realized. Blue's in his own world. I think this is where Blue's strategy is really showing its weakness. Because, you know, we've got tanks from both of them. That's what he should be doing. We should have tanks, and they should have tanks. They have got tanks. We do not. We've got a guy who's now just going to stay on one base and get ODST.
On my way.
And that is the biggest waste of resources at this time and against this matchup that you could do, I think.
I am here.
Not that I'm saying I'm a good player, but if I was him, I would be getting that expo already. You know, keeping the presence there. But look the amount of gremlins that he's got. I do flare this up just in case, you know, they want to take this down. But yeah, that reactor's going to go up, and that's not going to go. That's not going to be good for us. So they're going to be torn down. I think I decided to just fodder off any other banshees I have over here. But yeah, he's got his reactor up, and he's not going to recycle that base anymore. But again, you know, we're slowly getting vampires. Our numbers are going up, and we're getting resources on our extra base, supply pads and stuff. It's all about balancing in a good economy. We're the Ultramarines, that's what we are. It's all about getting economy.
Upgrade complete.
But Blue, I think I flare up a base for Blue. I'm like, dude, just take it, man. Because he's sat here. doing? Like, they've all got stuff. And there you go. Here we go. Canister shell from green coming in just to clear him up now. Like, I don't know how this goes, actually. But I'm assuming not very well for him. Oh! Ah, this is where I start to realize, like, oh, we may be screwed. And of course, blue flares it up like, guys, help! It's a bit too late. It's a bit... You know, if you had tanks, you might have been able to hold your own. So, red looks like he was gonna go down the side and push orange, but then he realizes that he needs to be more in the middle. So, I've got a bunch of vampires, and he has no vampires by the looks of it. Although he has upgraded, so he could be getting vampires. Luckily, there's no Wolverines, even though... Yeah, they both have the tech level for Wolverines. But I just want to go over here and just kill all these Banshees. And there we go. We're just going to stop them from getting away. Now, I expect a freeze to come in here. And I just predict it and I get out of range.
Local units.
I thought that first one was actually the cryo bomb. I was like, oh god. But luckily, because that one alerted me to the possibility of a cryo bomb, I decided to move into his units. That's what you always want to do. If you're fighting somebody who's also got flying units and you have flying units, just put your units into theirs. And that way, they wouldn't dream of cryoing their own stuff. So this is interesting because I actually do have the upgrade on my beam. I can actually just stay here and just beam some stuff down, which normally I wouldn't do. I'd be focusing on my units because I've just left all my vampires over the other end. And blue's telling us he's got ODST, which is neither here nor there, seeing as we're being attacked by freaking tanks. But luckily, look at that. Yeah, I think I don't know how many resources, or sorry, how many tanks he had. And even though I left my vampires over here and they're not even stasis draining anything, they're actually doing not bad. I thought they were just going to die, actually. There we go. And I realized I've got a star on Profi. So I decided to take him out there before he even cannied down. And he did actually get cannied a little bit there. So we've got rotating turrets from green. So again, I think green was probably the best play here. Green or red for the UNSCs. There's no competition. I think I was the best covey, but there was only one of them. Yay. So we're just going to quickly take that out. See, it takes a beating once they get rotating turrets. Pretty dangerous, even for vampires. Well, vampires aren't very good anyway. It's all about, you know, balancing, keeping the production up while also doing micro-managing stuff over here, and these vampires are going over there. And I didn't realize here that blue was flaring this up. He says, vamps, purple, thanks. But then I thought he was just flaring that to be like, oh, I can take out his vamps, they're over there. So I sent them back. But then I realized, wait, he wants ODSTs and he wants to get the gate, so...
Local units.
I end up going back over there.
All units.
So again, we're just going around, keeping the population of vamps coming in while also trying to upgrade the economy.
Where do we go? Forward.
There's nothing more for me to do, if I'm honest. It's like literally just stop Cyan. That's my job. I mean, if I did a swap to hunters here, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world as long as I was to communicate to my teammate that I was doing that and he was to get some, you know, to mix in some Wolverines. But at the same time, look, blue's doing that, so I can't really do that. I'm stuck in vamps because of blue. If blue had some tanks and a vehicle depot, then I could say to him, like, look, go for Wolverines, add some Wolverines, and I'll switch to hunters. And that way, you know, his vampires are completely wasted. But there's nothing I can do at this point. We're not, you know, a team. We're not in team chat or team speak or whatever you want to call it. Discord call. So I've just got to do what I got to do. And red goes for Grizzlies. I double take there. I'm like, oh wait, oh no, why Grizzlies? Yes, they have better health. But overall, especially when you can canister shell better on the rotating turrets, their damage output's massively reduced.
Shield generator complete.
So even though red's decent, apparently he doesn't know about that. Like, it's such a waste of resources. What, 1,800, which can buy you 3 and a bit tanks?
Warehouse upgrade.
Makes no sense. It's a downgrade and it's super expensive. But apparently, Not many people know about it, or not many new people. I think most people in this game that I'm playing, and the previous one, said that they only played Skirmish and Legendary. So, you know, they're not online players. And I don't mind it. I like the change of pace. I don't like sweaty battles. Because it just becomes the same. It's always like, okay, you go for Vamps, Warthog, Gorse. It's Gorses everywhere.
Vampire, loaded up.
But I played a game, actually. I was thinking about putting it in this video, but I decided
Summon
against it.
complete.
Because there was a guy who was like, if anyone rushes, I'm going to break the game. And I was like, what? You can't just be like, no one's allowed to rush. And it wasn't even a rush. Like, one of my guys attacked him. And he was like, Blue, leave, or else I'll crash the game. And he crashed the game. Like, he was like, fine, that's it, I'm doing it.
Local units.
And he lagged everyone out. So the game just ended and it like counted as everyone resigning. It's like, yeah, what an ass.
Units.
You can't do that. And there you go. I moved out the way there because I knew a cryo was coming in. I knew it was coming in. Like, you even see yellow, like, signal that he's going to do it by moving his units away. And again, blue being MVP here, stopping red from getting across the gate. Oh, he's like, I have ODSTs. I'll control the gates. And I'm not going to reply to you. And then I notice, like, green's coming in over here, so I'm just going to send my Vamps over there and, you know, just try and do some more damage. Look at this. Look at him. Try. How dare.
We see him.
So, if I was Cyan, I would... I mean, you've got the better team on your side, right?
Local
Like,
units.
blue is literally not a threat. It's 2v3 here. Blue's just going for ODSTs, and that's it. Like, maybe a Mac Blast here and there. It throws down... but green says GG weak team and resigns. I'm so confused about that. I mean, you can tell me. Leave in the comments down below if you think green really had
If I
the reason to quit. Like, he was the one going for like a canister shell pretty quick. Obviously orange is not very happy there. Again, I have to blur it. But yeah, just know that he's not very happy. I'm like, sorry man, if it means anything to you, you know, our dude went for Grizzlies. and freaking blue, it went for ODSTs. So orange is pretty good here actually, because you know he's got a good mix of gremlins in with his dudes as well. So even though there was faults on either side, I think it was a fairly matched team. Like a battle. Our weakest was blue. Their weakest... I don't even know if they really had a weak link. Maybe Cyan? Maybe Cyan was their weakest just because everything he made was pretty instantly killed by me. But as far as UNSCs goes, I think they were the stronger player.
Reclamation. Research.
Like, as soon as Cyan threw up a shield on his base, blue should have switched tactic. He shouldn't have stayed with Marines. He should have went, okay, vehicle depot, let's switch it up. He should have been like, oh, red, you go for tanks, I'll go wolves and tanks or something like that. Anyway, here's me throwing strategy into a game that has already played out. And, you know, I have the ability of hindsight, the benefit of it. And little Profi comes in here. No beam for you. And I just drip grab, rainbow, upgrade, and I think I almost accidentally deleted my base as well at one point. But look at that. Oh, yes.
Local
there
units.
it goes. As soon as green resigned, the match was won. However, there was no reason for green to resign. At all. He was just getting frustrated. He saw that Cyan lost all of his Vamps. And look at this. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna take it. Woo! Like, fair enough, you know what? Anders gets a Grizzly. And then I saw this. He's like, he must be pretty trippy. He's got a good, like at least a 1-star Spartan there, I think. Is it a 1-star Spartan if it's got an extra star on it? And maybe. I'm just healing it over there. But yeah, green was just annoyed that he couldn't get past that barrier. Because blue was making it a problem for him. And look at red. Red's getting so annoyed at blue, and rightly so. He's like, just open that friggin' gate.
Research.
Look at that. Look at that. A one-star spot and jumping back in. This, like, I don't know what Red's doing either. Like, he should have been on that. Like, kill the spawn straight away. And there you go. Finally. Blue's strategy is working. What? 20 minutes in? When we've basically killed Cyan? You're like, yeah, now I can do it. So, I mean, the Cyan's got some stuff. He's still got some vamps. Still got it. I mean, hopefully they've learned from this. I think Blue just committed too heavily. He committed too heavily to the Marines. He should have switched once that shield was up. But look. Look at all the needles. Kills him. Beautiful. There's 500 resources just wasted there. Like, you shouldn't send drips and drabs in to fight a whole army like that. You're just throwing them away. But I know, this is his final stand, basically. So, green out. I'm pretty sure that's Cyan out now. And, you know what? Fair play. They didn't resign straight away. They wanted to hold out to the last minute.
All units.
I think Cyan was saying that he only plays skirmish, so... Not too bad. Not too bad for a player that only plays legendary.
I'll go.
And there you go, look at him. Look at him. Yes, that's right. I mean, yeah. Go for the gremlin, I suppose, to help out Red. But this is it. I mean, if I was orange, I would have resigned here. You know it's coming, but he's a bigger man than I am. He's sticking it out. He's like, no, I worked hard for this. I'm gonna see every tank to the last. I mean, I don't know what he's doing here. And then I just play a game of like raindrops. Death by 1,000 water drops, is it? I can't remember what the term is. It's definitely not that. Death by 1,000 pricks or something. God knows. And I'm just like, I'm gonna keep on staying with you, tanks. And then I think I just give it to him here. Do I give it to him? I don't know. Because I know he's trying to cryo me. That's why I just wanted to kill the spawn. And there we go. Ha ha! Yes! And then here it comes. Woo! And he freezes everything else. And there he goes. He resigned. So GG's. GG's. Well played. All you could do. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like if you want to see more Halo. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Oh, bye-bye.